Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another daily dose of dismal Disney. We're going to talk about Moana 2 and all the drama around Moana 2. This was not something that anybody knew was happening. Bob Iger kind of dropped it at the earnings call. And there's a reason for that. This is not actually designed to be a movie. This was designed to be a Disney Plus series. And it seems like they're scrambling to put this thing together into a movie. They're talking now to Dwayne Johnson to get him to come back as Maui, which tells me that they had somebody else probably cast as Maui in the series. And beyond that, there's the rumor that Burbank was actually caught off guard too, that Walt Disney Animation Studios did not know there was even a Canadian studio working on this. I mean, this is...
It's weird, though. I mean, how could nobody know?
I mean, I have no idea. We're going to talk about this because this seems like it's going to blow up into a much bigger situation. And if it turns out that Disney is going to outsource more of its animation to other countries, that goes along with what DreamWorks is doing. They said they're going to outsource a lot of their stuff to other countries. Why would they possibly do that? Could it be to save money and we've got unionized people?
Everybody's expensive as here, though.
Canada is expensive, yeah.
But I don't know what
tax
to what
breaks.
End, I don't know. It could be.
I don't know, but it sounds like Moana 2 was being done on the down low in stealth mode. And, again, people might have known, but they thought it was going to be a series.
That's what I think it was. They probably knew they were doing a series.
Yeah.
This is basically to sum it up, Disney, knew their asses were in trouble. You have all these activist investors coming at them. They brought Value Act in. Value Act probably told them to do this. Wouldn't surprise me. And then they're like, what do we got? Oh, Moana was always popular. We'll just say that it's so popular on Disney Plus that we decided that we're going to turn the show into a movie. So they literally are lifting the show from Disney Plus and making it the movie version. I don't think it's going to be that good. At least not animated as well. I doubt it.
I hope it's animated better than the Megamind series.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but that was going to be, that's not going to be theatrics though. That's not theatrically released, is it?
Megamind, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like this was animation for Disney Plus. It probably wasn't going to be as good as a theatrically animated movie.
They didn't even have Dwayne Johnson voicing Maui.
No, so now they have to scramble to get him in there. Probably, I would guess, to re-record lines that whoever was doing Maui in the animated version or in the series version,
probably beneath Dwayne Johnson.
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, look, this is usually how it works. Disney. Now, this is not unusual. Disney historically, they've done a lot of animated series based on popular movies. They've done Little Mermaid and Aladdin, and it goes on and on. Hercules even had a series. A lot of times they don't get the A-listers to reprise their roles for the show. So if Maui is in the show, which is now becoming Moana 2, Dwayne Johnson probably wasn't voicing him. But now he will be because people are going to be like, why isn't Dwayne Johnson voicing Maui?
It's literally a show they were planning, and it's episodic, several episodes, and they're going to somehow combine them together to create and have to get him to do lines and all this by the end of the year. To create a new movie that they literally pulled out of their ass to fend off activist investors.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's what it is.
That's pretty much it. This is a Hail Mary pass.
We need announcements. So we can keep our seats. We're getting 50% more dividends. Where, we're gonna put a bunch of money into Epic Games and we're gonna get Taylor Swift, which we're probably gonna do anyway because we already had deals with her before. And looky, Moana 2.
Yeah, it's like all the buzzwords. Like, what are the kids into? Taylor Swift and Fortnite. Yeah, that's what they're...
Pretty much. Those two, definitely. That's what that is. I mean, they definitely threw stuff together.
So let's talk about this because this is a strange turn of events. And what's even stranger is the rumor that Burbank didn't know anything about it. And if I were an animator at Disney, I would be very concerned that they're outsourcing everything to Vancouver. Now, they did used to outsource the Disney Toon stuff to Australia. That was the thing for a while, and I think they shut that one down. And of course, they had the Florida studio.
They shut that down.
Shut that down, but Burbank's not cheap. And, the employees have been vocal lately, and we can't have that. And they're all unionized, and we can't have that. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. We were into it pretty far already.
Yeah, it's too late.
Before we get in any deeper, please subscribe for more pop culture news views. and rants, guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
So I don't know where you want to go first with this.
How far you want to go?
How far do you want to go? There's no telling how far we'll go. Do you want to talk about the bombshell that Dwayne Johnson might be coming back?
Well, I don't think it's a bombshell. I mean, it's more a bomb. This goes along with the stupidity of the whole situation. They're going to have to get him back for the film, and they're going to have to get the different voice actors back for the film because they probably had different people playing them in the TV show. And this is just a repurposed television show. That's what you're getting.
Yeah. That's like, I mean,
you were going to get it with your Disney Plus subscription. Now you have to pay extra.
Now you have to pay extra for it. I don't see this ending very well. I mean, I could be wrong. Look, to be fair, Toy Story 2 is considered the best Toy Story movie. Most people consider it the best Toy Story movie. And it was actually supposed to be a direct-to-video sequel. Then they decided to release it theatrically.
They probably saw it and thought, this is good. We should just release it theatrically.
Yeah.
But this one, they're just taking the animation for a TV show because they're trying to razzle dazzle the investors. And like, look, we got planned. We just threw Moana together. I mean, we've been working on this in secret.
In secret, yeah. And as a result of this, they said the live action movie might be pushed back.
Well, honestly, the Moana 2 is a better bet than the live action. I'm so tired. Everybody was complaining about the live action. Like, why are you doing a live action Moana? It just came out a few years ago. Like, it made no sense. And people are just really, really sick and tired of the live action remakes. And Bob Iger was basically cornered about the theatrical releases and the problems they're having. And I didn't hear him really mention too much about the live action remakes. He talked about, Marvel, Star Wars, and then going back into their franchises and like worrying about like doing sequels and that to those, like Frozen 3 and, Toy Story 5000 and stuff like that. But they're not really talking about the live action remakes because they're dumb ideas and people don't like them anymore. And you need to stop this shit.
Is this what are they going to maybe shelve the live action Moana because there was pushback and be like, oh yeah, we'll give you Moana too. We'll see how that goes. Plus, Dwayne Johnson's really busy these days. He can't film a Moana movie.
They said apparently they're close to getting him back, but they haven't. But this isn't true. Might have to replace Moana.
Yeah,
because they aren't as far along in talks with her. So if this wasn't just a pull it out of your ass thing, how come they don't have them already locked in?
Because they had other voice actors. Since it was a series, they had other cheaper voice actors doing the roles. Now they're gonna have to redub the lines for the movie. So I can't see this ending well. I could be wrong. This could be the best damn thing that they put out. Wouldn't that be a kick if this shovelware sequel winds up being better than like the last couple of Pixar movies?
Well, I honestly won't take much better than some of Disney's recent movies. Like, it could literally be just Maui on a rock the entire time, and it'd probably do better than Strange World.
Maui on a
but
rock.
Anyway, can we move on to the issue at hand, which is the animation studio?
Yeah. So this is a rumor. Just to be clear, this is a rumor. It's not a rumor. It's coming from a site, Film Threat, and they said that apparently Burbank, that the Walt Disney Animation Studio animators were blindsided by this announcement too. And a lot of them didn't even know there was a studio in Canada, according to Film Threat. So as a result of the D-Files, editor-in-chief Alan Ang made an ominous prediction that the entire animation industry is headed in two directions, overseas and AI. It's probably
Shocker.
That's probably not wrong.
No, I don't know why this is surprising to anyone.
DreamWorks has flat out said that they're going to outsource more animation and they're going to use AI to speed up the production of animation. Maybe the reason that Disney is repurposing Moana is like it's cheaper. It's cheaper to have it produced in Vancouver than it is to have it produced here. And we lost so much damn money on these other movies that were produced here that, let's just try it and see if it works. The overseas component of that prophecy has been fulfilled. Well, Canada's not overseas, but as Walt Disney Animation has opened a new studio in Vancouver. And their first significant feature film is Moana 2, which is actually just a series cobbled together into a movie. Mm-hmm. The Vancouver studio has operated for over a year and a half. On the heels of the announcement of Moana 2, the press release does not mention the new studio.
True, it does not mention that.
Interestingly, the news comes by way of Walt Disney Animation Studios, WDAS, artistic director Malcolm Pierce, his personal Instagram account. So he knew about it, but they didn't announce it publicly, which is odd. And I think part of the reason they didn't announce it publicly is they didn't want to freak out everybody in Burbank. Because that'd be my reaction. I'd be like,
but not announcing anything to people in Burbank is going to freak out the people in Burbank. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Basically, you're not worth their time to bother with, is what they're the message that's kind of getting sent to these people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be a little pissed.
Yeah. They said, so he talked about it and he said, yeah, I've been working on Moana 2 all this time and I could be more proud of the studio. They said, why is Disney opening a new studio in Canada? Probably somehow to cut costs. Now, I don't know, because I know Canada is expensive, but they might not be union. I don't know. Or it might be that they're getting, grant money, tax breaks, something. I have no idea. A lot of animation studios.
Most likely something with money.
Yeah, something to do with money. Secondly, why is Disney corporate not making this public? That's a damn good question. The news was so secretive that Walt Disney Animation, again, this is a rumor, just held an all-hands meeting in Burbank to reveal that Vancouver would not only be the lead studio on Moana 2, but that its staff had ballooned to 400 members.
Oh.
Of course, they assured Burbank they would partner up on Moana. This person that you're training to do everything that you do, yeah, they're not your replacement.
And they're hiring a bunch of people there, but they're letting people go other places,
I still think
nothing weird there.
Nothing weird there. I still think they're going to shut down Pixar as an independent studio.
They just roll the name in.
Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll be like, oh, it's Disney Pixar Studios, and it's based in Vancouver or something, It's like it's no longer in Burbank. Who the hell knows? So he goes on to say that the studio has some interesting advantages, though technically not overseas. Vancouver is close enough to Burbank for corporate oversight. My sources inside, again, a rumor, my sources inside Disney describe Malcolm Pierce as a talented guy with a good personality who managed to create an equally talented team. He served as an animator on Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6, and a supervising animator on the original Moana.
Which is why he's probably in charge of Moana, too.
Mm-hmm. Also, being in Canada, the team is shielded from the woke SJW nonsense, their words, not mine, that has infected the animation studios in Burbank. Not verified, but the Vancouver studio appears to be
there you go.
There it is. I knew it. It appears to be non-union,
issues, yeah.
which poses significant financial and operational advantages. There had to be a reason for them. So basically what Disney did, it's so Disney. What they did is they built another studio out the back door, probably when there was strike talk, before the strike. Like,
no,
crap.
It was a year and a half. So.
Well, a year and a half ago, that would have been, they were talking about going on strike. They were.
Strikes are coming this year. And I think animation, wasn't that one of the ones that strikes are coming for this year? I'm strikes, their contract's up.
The contract's up. So they're like, well, we're not going to go through this bullshit with them. We need to make movies. We can't have our movie slate tied up. And they're probably thinking, well, this studio here in Burbank, they gave us Strange World, and Pixar gave us Lightyear, and it's like, let's see what this guy can do. And it's probably problematic that it's a white dude in charge of the studio too, I'm sure.
This is interesting because basically the activists and the unions.
Yeah. So they're just basically building another studio. If the rumor, there's no,
it's this rumor.
I don't see any other reason to open an entirely new studio.
Hire 400 and some people.
Hire 400 people in another country.
And it can't just be for Moana 2. Why would you hire 400 people just to do a Moana 2 show? You know what I mean? They must have plans for other projects. It doesn't make sense to have that many people hired just for one thing.
Yeah, I think they're gonna move a lot of their animation potentially to Canada, and I do think it's to sidestep the unions. I do think it's to sidestep people that are going to squawk about AI. I do think, you know what I'm saying? They're a business. At the end of the day, Disney's a business, and they're going to look at this and be like, is this, or well, here's the other thing. What if this wasn't actually a series? What if they just told Burbank this was a series? Like, oh, this is another spin-off series like Aladdin and Little Mermaid. Don't worry about it.
No,
and in reality,
I'm pretty sure it was a series.
Because that would be,
that was the case. They would have had Dwayne Johnson and that other chick walked
true.
in. So it is a series. This is Disney pulling another ass to try to save their ass.
What else are they working on?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There might just be there for TV shows for Disney Plus. That might be what they're doing. And then if they find something like this, they're going to make it into a film. But if they're doing one was a series, there probably other things that are series there. But it is interesting, though. They said they kept it close out to Burbank for oversight. So it doesn't sound to me like they're shutting down Burbank yet.
Yeah.
Because they said, why would you care about oversight from Burbank? You know what I mean? So I think they're just doing a spin-off with this one studio, but I think we're going to see how the studio does. We're going to see if it saves us a lot of money. And we're going to see, how strikes happen, if they happen in the next year or two, and then they're going to go from there is what I think is going to happen. It's a wait and see.
Yeah, I think if the studio, and they're saying that they've heard it's non-union, if the studio's non-union, they absolutely positively are going to be like, well, it's okay. We'll just shift production. We can wait a year or whatever. These guys want to turn blue in the face. That's fine. We're going to shift all of our production to Vancouver. Or it could be a threat tactic. Like, hey, we already have Vancouver up and running. Do you guys really want to go on strike? It feels like this could be a threat tactic to me. Like, they're like, no, we're going to make sure that we have a backup for our backups.
Well, I think that's what it is a backup.
Yeah, and Netflix did this too. They're like, oh, you guys are going to go on strike? That's cool. We just signed a deal for a bunch of Korean content and Japanese content. So do it. Go on strike. See if we care. That, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how these companies think.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is all rumor, and we're just telling you what we think about the rumor.
So there we go, guys. Moana 2, formerly Moana, the animated series, coming to theaters this fall.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to go. I mean, because you're taking a show and you're turning it into a movie. And unless it was like there was only like 6 episodes and they're half an hour each, and even then you turn stuff down, and you might be able to pull it together, but it's not going to probably be the same caliber.
Well, I don't know, because look at Knuckles on Paramount.
No, that's true.
It looks as good as the movies.
That's true.
Like, if you told me this was Sonic 3, I would have believed you. I would have been like, why is Sonic 3 all about Knuckles? Valid. But you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, so who knows? I don't know. This is going to be really interesting, guys. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.
Bye.